Yo guys, what's going on? Welcome back to the Aussie Wrestling Show. We have another installment here, and we've had a bit go on in the world of wrestling, so we have a fair bit to talk about, as you just saw before. So we may as well get right into it. So our first topic that we are going to be talking about today is the no Braun Strowman progression. Now you could be saying, what are you talking about? He's getting a push, he eliminated so-and-so people in the Rumble, He's going to face Roman Reigns at Fastlane. But what I'm talking about is when we first got this rethought Braun Strowman, rejuvenated, I'm not sure. The new Braun Strowman, when we saw the new Braun Strowman, he was facing jobbers week after week after week. So was Nia Jax. Week, jobber. Started off with one jobber, and then another jobber, and then we went two jobbers, then we went three jobbers, and then we went four jobbers, and then so on and so forth. And he didn't face any jobbers for quite some time, but then he goes, and then on Raw this week, he faces four jobbers, and then we go back to when he was first introduced into Raw all those weeks ago. Like nearly 8 months ago now or something. We go all the way back then, and he's going and asking Foley for more competition. It just seems like we've had no progression. Of course, we had him in big matches, such as the Survivor Series match and also the Royal Rumble. But that is a multi-man match. It's not him being put into one big match. And he is getting put into probably his first big match on a pay-per-view, from what I can recall. With Roman Reigns over at Fastlane. So I just think that going back to him asking Foley for competition just feels like we're kinda right where we were when he started. Obviously, the mountain of a man, yada yada yada. Yeah, he did get a Universal title shot, but that was more to set up God knows what. It just feels, you could feel differently. I just think it kind of feels like it's the same as when we first got that Braun, if you know what I mean. And I'm mainly just thinking about this with that Foley thing. It just made me think, didn't I see this in July? Because we did see it in July. When the brand split happened, we saw him going and asking Foley for some competition, and pretty much nothing happens. But this time he did get Roman Reigns, so I guess we'll just have to see what happens then. Next up, we're going to be talking about the Seth Rollins injury fallout. So obviously Seth Rollins re-aggravated his, I think it was right knee, and he's expected to be out for about 8 weeks, not 8 minutes, and that will put him right back in time for WrestleMania, just on the dot back. So we're thinking, what are WWE going to do now? They had an emergency booking meeting. A few people brought up the ideas of Triple H and Samoa Joe. People brought up the ideas of Samoa Joe and I forgot what the other one was. Samoa Joe and Roman Reigns, actually. And Roman Reigns faced Samoa Joe on Raw. He came out at the start of the show with a contract signing for Samoa Joe. He came out in a suit. Apparently that was to look like a bit of a hitman, and he kind of did, doing what's his face's Triple H's dirty work. He kind of did look like a hitman, so I guess they got something there, whatever they were trying to get at. But yeah, we apparently they hyped it up that we're going to get an announcement on Seth Rollins' injury and that we know his WrestleMania status. But really, I think it was Byron Saxton here who said, we do not know if Seth Rollins will be able to compete at WrestleMania. That would be horrible for Seth Rollins, not competing at 2 WrestleManias in a row. Why say that we're going to get to know his WrestleMania status, or, kind of leading us on to believe that we would know his WrestleMania status, because we don't know his WrestleMania status. He could be wrestling at WrestleMania, he could not be wrestling at WrestleMania. It's all just up in the air right now. they kind of did the best they could. I understand having Roman Reigns and Samoa Joe. Really wondering what's going to happen there, though, since Roman Reigns looks like he's going to be feuding with Braun Strowman, and then apparently The Undertaker, but The Undertaker's apparently really hurt. I heard after the Rumble he was really sore. And yeah, there's just so many things that led us on to believe from the Rumble that we would be getting, and God knows they haven't followed up on any of it. It took them a goddamn while to follow up on Braun Strowman and Roman Reigns, and I guess they're finally getting their match now. So, as I said, bit up in the air with this whole Seth Rollins situation. Hopefully he's back, hopefully he can wrestle at WrestleMania. But, you know, not everything can go perfectly. Not everything can go how you want. But yeah, hopefully for his sake, he's a great wrestler. And he's kind of held the company on his back. Well, at least Raw. Well, the company on his back in 2015, around that time. So good on him. Hopefully we can see him back quite soon. Emelina is apparently coming to Raw next week. How many times have we heard that? Well, we've heard it once. And then they came out and said, oh wait, you're going to have to wait another 2 months. Apparently, she was actually scheduled to debut, but and they even hyped it up on the pre-show, but then apparently they didn't have time. Why not freaking, I don't know, get rid of those stupid jobber matches or whatever they're doing? Emelina, has been hyped up for so long, and we still haven't got any glimpse of her other than those freaking photos in that freaking video package that we've seen freaking 48,000 times. I swear we've seen that video package so many times, and I'm just like, I don't care about this video package, because God knows when we're going to get her. Apparently we're going to get her next week, but who knows? We probably might not get her at all. Apparently backstage it's a bit of a joke, like Vince McMahon just roaming around like, oh, when's Emelina returning? Oh, yeah, nice one, Vince. I'm not one to hate on Vince. A lot of people are. I'm definitely not. I have full respect for the man, because you got to understand, if Vince wasn't here, we wouldn't have wrestling as it is today. We wouldn't have PWG. We wouldn't have Progress. We wouldn't have New Japan. Well, we might have had New Japan, but if you know what I mean, it wouldn't be as big a deal, and wrestling definitely wouldn't be what it is today without Vince. But sometimes, you know, you just got to question. Goldberg is apparently getting a world title shot. Well, not apparently, he is getting a world title shot in 2017. At Fastlane, he will get a title shot against Kevin Owens. Now, the segment, I found nothing wrong with the segment. I thought the segment was quite cool, but God, why? And we all know he's going to win, and then it's going to be Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Universal title, and then we're going to have Chris Jericho and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania for the US title. But seriously, why? Why are we having Goldberg as champion? And then we're going to have Brock Lesnar as champion, because Goldberg probably won't be doing much after WrestleMania. So, what's going to happen there? We're going to have a part-time world champion for a few freaking years like we did before with Brock Lesnar, and then he'll eventually, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think we can really have Brock Lesnar as champ. I don't think we should have Goldberg as champ at all. I would 10 times rather Brock Lesnar as champ rather than Goldberg. But whatever, WWE, do what you want. I just can't believe that Goldberg is getting a title shot, a world title shot, let alone, in 2017, and he's going to win. I feel bad for Kevin Owens, that he's just going to be fed to Goldberg. Hopefully he lasts longer than Brock Lesnar did, because if he just loses in 30 seconds, I will go off my rocker, and yeah, I'll just go off my rocker and let it all out on the Aussie Wrestling Show. So I think I have left the main portion of this video to talk about the Elimination Chamber, because that's what I really want to talk about today. I just wanted to get a few quick Raw things out the way before we head into the Elimination Chamber discussion. Obviously, I like Raw better than SmackDown. I mean, not Raw better than SmackDown. SmackDown better than Raw. I've always been a SmackDown guy, really. But yeah, we'll get right into the Elimination Chamber talk, and we have a few matches set up, and we have 3 women's matches. Like, Raw, do you see this? Like, if SmackDown can get 3 women's matches, then I'm sure you can at least get 2. Oh, wait. Oh, yeah, well, they get them on the pre-show. No pre-show matches have been announced for Elimination Chamber yet. I'm not sure if any will be moved to the pre-show. But, we have Nikki Bella versus Natalya in just a singles match. Okay feud, I guess. Been a few roasts, which have been funny. I've actually found them, found the promos quite funny, not funny. And yeah, I think it's been an okay feud. I think overall Nikki Bella might go over, because Nikki Bella is apparently retiring at freaking WrestleMania. I don't know, just gut instinct tells me Nikki Bella will win, and then they'll go, something in your eyes and yeah, that's just what I feel like is gonna happen. Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. Kalisto and Apollo Crews have both beaten Dolph Ziggler in singles action, and Dolph Ziggler's like, I can beat him 2 at once, but you know what's more fun? Hitting the shit out of them with chairs, boy! So, we get Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler. I think after Apollo Crews and Kalisto won both matches respectively, it looks stupid for them both to lose. But I think Ziggler really needs a win. Like, unless you want to keep playing off like him just losing and losing and losing and losing and losing and losing, and then hitting them with chairs and then being like, I'm the best around here. I hit you with a chair, little boy. So yeah, if that's what they want to go with it. But I don't know. It's a bit. Oh, as I said, Apollo Crews and Kalisto won both their matches respectively against Dolph. Having them both lose to him would be really freaking bad for them. I don't know. Everyone needs a pay-per-view win. I guess we just have to see what happens. Becky Lynch versus Mickie James in a singles match. Mickie James? Or, actually, I think Becky Lynch will win. I think Mickie James is just back to put over younger talent. Well, the new generation of talent, not necessarily younger. I think Becky Lynch will win, due to the fact that they like going even Stevens, and the heel will win later on in the night. So I think we'll have 2 face women wins, with Becky Lynch and Nikki Bella. So yeah, I think Becky Lynch will go over Mickie James in quite an okay match. Luke Harper versus Randy Orton. Luke Harper came out on SmackDown and finally faced his fear and beat up Bray Wyatt, which was pretty cool. Good on you, Luke Harper. He doesn't, obviously, I don't think he's a full-fledged babyface yet, but he's getting there. And this is a really interesting feud. I think maybe, I don't see it actually happening, but there's always the possibility of Eric Rowan coming back and teaming with Luke Harper. I think maybe Eric Rowan and Luke Harper could have a run in the tag team division, because I feel like that division needs more star power. It doesn't have much star power, it just has a bunch of random tag teams that really SmackDown doesn't really give a shit about. I think this will be a good match. Luke Harper's obviously a phenomenal wrestler, and they gave him that shot in the Fatal 4-Way match. He got really over with the fans with his awesome wrestling moves, skills, and yeah, as it was said, that was a tester to see how he would go by himself, and obviously everyone liked it. Vince must have liked it, and saw how the crowd reacted, saw how he was going, and like, we need to give this boy a chance. And God knows what will happen with Luke Harper afterwards. But as I said, what I would go with is him and Eric Rowan together after this whole Luke Harper, Randy Orton, and Bray Wyatt thing is done with. American Alpha. Who are the champions versus Heath Slater and Rhino versus Breezango versus the Usos versus the Ascension versus the Vaudevillains in a tag team turmoil match for the WWE SmackDown Tag Team Championships. The Ascension won't win. They won on SmackDown, which means they won't win because that's how WWE books. The Vaudevillains won't win. I don't think Heath Slater and Rhino will win. I think it's between... I don't see Breezango winning, but it seems like they're getting up there. Like, they're probably the third most, not recognizable, the third tag team in SmackDown they give a shit about. I think the Usos and American Alpha should be the last ones left. And I think American Alpha will win, and they'll just say, "We're the best, good on us, whoo!" And then they'll play their funky theme song and walk out with the championships. I see it being a decent match, but as I said, we do need some more star power, and I think we can get that with Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. Obviously, Eric Rowan coming back soon. The Vaudevillains, they came into the main roster looking hot and fresh and beautiful with their manliness against Enzo and Cass. But after that, how long has it been since we've seen the Vaudevillains entrance? That's just what I want to say. I haven't seen the Vaudevillains entrance for so long. It is crazy. I haven't seen their entrance for... I don't know, I'd say 3 months nearly. I haven't seen their entrance for, which is crazy. Connor and Victor, the Ascension. Obviously, everyone thinks they deserve a push, and I think they do. I think they have what it takes. They just need to get their characters right, and then they'll be ready to be pushed into the tag team main events, really. The Usos, not much you can say. I've enjoyed them since they've turned heel. Haven't seen a lot of them since they've turned heel in the last month or two, but yeah, I'm enjoying the Usos heel run a lot more than I enjoyed their face run. Fandango and Tyler Breeze both deserve better, and I think they could get it in the tag team division, and Heath Slater and Rhino are just chilling there right now. I think we should break off like the women did into a few separate matches in the future, and maybe have Breezango versus, I don't know, the Ascension or Breezango versus the Ascension or something, or Breezango versus the Vaudevillains, and also have like Eric Rowan and Luke Harper versus American Alpha, and just split off into different feuds like that, like they did with the women, and I think that would improve the tag team division a whole lot more than it's currently at on SmackDown. But obviously the tag team division is still quite good and strong on SmackDown. I'm enjoying the matches, and hopefully I will enjoy the one at Elimination Chamber. Hopefully they can put on a good match, and that is about all I want to say about the tag teams. Alexa Bliss versus Naomi in just a regular match, just chilling for the WWE SmackDown Women's Championship. As I said, Alexa Bliss is going over. I think they're just having Naomi there as a quick time filler, really. There's been many of them in the past, just little feuds that are time fillers to go before they put someone else in the main event picture. I think the next person that could, I'm not sure, maybe Nikki Bella versus Alexa Bliss. I would rather Nikki Bella versus Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania. I haven't heard that before, I just came up with it. Nikki Bella and Alexa Bliss at WrestleMania, then John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice. I really hope John Cena and Nikki Bella versus The Miz and Maurice doesn't happen. Like, I really hope. Like, Miz and Cena deserve better. Maurice should be a manager. Nikki Bella should be against Alexa Bliss, in my opinion. So yeah, that's just my opinion. I just came up with that, and I think it might work quite well having Alexa Bliss and Nikki Bella. And then you could break off into other feuds, like maybe Naomi versus Becky Lynch, if they want to turn one of them heel. I think that could be a decent feud. And then God knows what they'll do with Mickie James. She can be manager for Alexa Bliss if she wants to, and Natalya can, I'm not sure. Natalya, see, there's these 6 women, and you're trying to include them, and remember Eva Marie? Oh, thank God she's not here. She'd probably be in the match. But yeah, basically, I think Alexa Bliss will win. As I said, I think it's a bit of a filler before WrestleMania and so on and so forth into the future of the women's division on SmackDown. The big one, John Cena, AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, The Miz, Baron Corbin, and Bray Wyatt. Catching flies in his mouth. It's an Elimination Chamber match for the WWE Championship. Remember Justin Roberts? Jesus Christ. So we have John Cena, who everyone thinks he's going to lose the title. Wouldn't look too good for him on his 16th reign, but I think his 17th reign needs to be better. Obviously, he will get to 17, I believe, unless they want to be major dickheads and be like, oh, I love you, Ric Flair. Ew, Ric Flair! I think John Cena deserves to be the man who breaks it, the record, so I think he will get a 17th reign. I've heard a few, well not a few, I've only heard one person say that AJ Styles will win, and I would way rather AJ Styles win. AJ Styles vs Orton, I think would be a good match. Just imagine the possibilities. A phenomenal forearm counted into the RKO. Springboard 450 splash into the RKO. Styles freaking, I don't know, anything could happen with those two, and I think it would be a good match. So I would like AJ Styles to win. Dean Ambrose won't win. Apparently he's just going to be in the background at WrestleMania, maybe even put down to the pre-show. The Miz, I would go freaking off my rocker if he won. I'm a big Miz fan, and I have been for quite some time now, and as I said, I think he deserves better than tagging with his wife against the person who he main evented 27 with and his wife, well, his girlfriend actually. Baron Corbin, he's being pushed. He eliminated Braun Strowman, which I think was a fantastic move. I actually find him quite entertaining on the mic, and I think his matches are also quite entertaining. I think that Baron Corbin could definitely be a star in the future. Maybe he wins the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal this year as well. Who knows? And then we have Bray Wyatt, who is obviously the odds-on favourite to win. That's who everyone says is going to win. Then we're going to have Wyatt and Orton at Mania. But what if that doesn't happen? What if Styles wins, and then later on in life, we have, after WrestleMania, we have, Eric Rowan and Luke Harper versus Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton. I think that could work, but obviously everyone reckons Bray Wyatt's gonna win, be the champion, and go into WrestleMania against Randy Orton. It would work with the story. I think Bray Wyatt deserves a lot more than he's been given for a long time. He's been in for quite some time now, only won one title, which was the tag team title, and I think he deserves a lot more than he's given. Honestly, I want to see AJ Styles win. Dean Ambrose won't, The Miz probably won't, and Baron Corbin probably won't. I think it's between AJ Styles and Bray Wyatt. You don't understand how much I want AJ to win. Bray Wyatt, he can face I don't know, Bray Wyatt can face someone at WrestleMania and make it a big freaking match, okay? Bray Wyatt deserves it, so does AJ Styles. I want to see AJ Styles win. I also would be happy with Bray Wyatt winning, because he's one of my favourites as well. I like Bray Wyatt, I like AJ Styles. Those are my two picks and predictions for that match. I think that's about it with my picks and predictions for that match. I kind of got a bit off my rocker. I think it should be quite an entertaining chamber match. I think someone like, I don't know who should start actually. It'll be all over the shop. I think this has the potential to be a great, if not fantastic show. It definitely has the potential. We could see a few matches that could come out and be amazing, like Apollo Crews and Kalisto versus Dolph Ziggler, if they give it the time. Luke Harper and Randy Orton, if they give it the time. Even a women's match like Alexa Bliss and Naomi could be a fantastic match. The tag team turmoil match could end up being fantastic. And obviously the main event probably will be a good main event. I think nearly every match has potential to be a, I don't know, at least a 4-star match. I think every match has that potential. I'm not sure if they'll live up to it. I don't think they'll live up to it, but we'll see what happens. Obviously not going off Dave Meltzer's rating, because he gave freaking he gave bloody Undertaker and Shawn Michaels at 25 a 4 stars out of 5, and like personally that's a 5 out of 5 in honesty. But that is about it for this Aussie wrestling show. Hopefully you all have enjoyed it. If you have, please make sure to smack the like button and subscribe. I've been Kane. You've been there. Until next time, peace. The next one will probably be after Elimination Chamber. That will be a shorter one, and then we'll have obviously the regular Raw and SmackDown one a few days after Raw and SmackDown next week. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Peace. Sorry this wasn't up earlier. I really need to stop slacking on these because they're really fun to make.